Welcome back to my channel, my beautiful collective. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thanks so much for joining me. Today's pick a card, we're going to look into the light work that you're completing. We have 3 piles as per usual. We're going to go start off with the guidance cards and then get into some context as to what is happening in your life when it comes to the light work that you're completing. So for pile 1, you have birds in flight. Pile 2, you have yes. I rolled for each pile, and pile 3, you have the crown. All right, my lovelies, take a second, pick a pile, and I will see you at your choice. Welcome, my beautiful pile 1s who chose the birds in flight. So we're going to start off with your guidance cards. Your pile is the only pile that got double of the light worker oracle cards, so I'm going to honor it for you, pile 1. So first one that came out is Second Ray of Wisdom. I'm going to read from the book for these cards. And 42nd Ray, Fifth Ray of Intellectual Knowledge. Collective, what I'm getting first before I read the book, I'm being drawn to intellectual downloads for wisdom, wisdom, information, old technologies or old history, or it feels like new information being downloaded, and it feels like a sense of knowing. First off. Second is, it can be also educating yourself, doing research, finding a way to upgrade in some respect when it comes to your intellectual prowess, and where you want that particular information, gift, skill to lead you or to guide you. Interesting. Okay, so Second Ray of Wisdom. Just a small paragraph. It says, the second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. See, that's the old wisdom, old information I was getting. The spiritual master known as the Buddha is within you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessings of this ray of the light of the universe. Beautiful. And the 42nd says, the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge has come to you as a spiritual gift. You're being given the ability to find information you need, understand systems that impact your life, and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall sort the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. Love that for you, pile 1. 100% what I'm getting. I'm also feeling a sense of structure specifically. So it was highlighted when, I don't know if I actually said the word or not, but that's what it felt like. It was a sense of structure, rebuilding or reestablishing, creating new boundaries. Again, this is all about information that's learned, and that can be specifically about learning about yourself too. Very interesting. Okay, tarot you have is Four of Air, which this is probably why I was feeling this. Structure, weed out your bad habits. If you want something bad enough, you'll make time for it. Organize, declutter your space, organize your time. Remove any obstacles. That's the energy here, my loves. And this is very like an intellectual type of vibe also for this energy in the card here. Patterns, cycles, recognizing patterns. And again, coming from that heart chakra, that second ray, as they were saying here, of wisdom. Beautiful. And Then you have 32, kinship, interesting, community, and your group. This is an interesting feeling here. I feel there's a possibility of two energies here. What I'm feeling the most strongly first is this intellectual wisdom and knowledge and restructuring, organizing patterns. It might have a strong emphasis on your community, the emphasis on your community and your group might be affected the most by this particular light work that you're completing. I don't know in what aspect or in what respect, positive, negative, easy, hard, I'm not entirely sure. It just feels like this area of your life is going to be a contender for you once this particular light work has been completed. You've organized, you've recognized patterns, you've weeded out the bad habits, removed the obstacles, made time for the things that really matter to you, which can be that too. Again, it just depends on how this is playing out for you. But we will get into some Lenormand cards to find out some information on what this might entail for you as you are completing this light work of information, knowledge, upgrading, organizing, finding patterns, living from your heart authentically. I should say Kipper cards, they're not Lenormand. Interesting. So, 𝗨1, you have 32, despair. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Imprisonment. Oops. Distant horizon. High honor. Adjudication. So what I was feeling first when community came out, like when I first flipped over the card, I feel like there might be an issue with this community. That's what I felt first, but again, like I said, I don't know 100% entirely which way that could be. However, that number 32, kinship, community in your group, and then despair came out with the number 32. So as I was pulling these cards for you, or the cards were coming up for you, I should say, I was like, what is this really about? And I think this is, this is the big contender, yeah. There is a feeling of despair within the community or within your community or your environment. And I think this is part of the reason why you've decided to level up, to be honest, to recognize what works for you and what doesn't, who's actually kin and who's not. And I feel like for a long time, you've either felt imprisoned by either lack of information, knowledge, understanding, etc., and or environment, however it was, but there's something that you felt restricted by and couldn't bypass in some way or couldn't get through. So I feel like you've stepped away, and I think this is what this light work energy is for you, my love. You've evolved, you've stepped into that second ray, and now you're intellectually putting that into practice, is what it feels like. And it feels like you've been on this particular journey. This is what this distant horizon feels like, stepping away, stepping towards something else, something better for you, which is this high honor, which is what it is that you're really seeking, which because you made a choice, you made a decision based on what you have, or how you've leveled up, I should say. To get a little bit more nuanced, it can also do with, as a hypothetical, there being a cap on the work that you were probably doing when it comes to money that you can earn. And without getting a higher education or getting more education, you can't level yourself up. That's one example, which may have kept you trapped, and you had to explore. You had to find another way to get yourself into the place that you want. You had to make a choice. Yeah, there is definitely something like you made a choice from something that was not great to level yourself up, to do better, to get better, to, like I said, organize, structure, get rid of habits. You'll take time for the things that you need, etc. You've done that now for yourself is really what I feel, because you made that choice. That's pretty awesome, 𝗨1. Underneath. Yeah. it's like you stepped away from poverty. Like that's kind of what this feeling feels like. And it could be poverty of the mind, poverty of energies, of family, of people, of work, of money, literal poverty, you know, like so. But there is something that you did, my lovelies, to step out of it. And you're at the ending phases now, as we said, the light work you're completing. You have shed light on the shadow or dark areas of your life and have stepped above it because of the beautiful choice that you made to honor yourself. I just heard for a change. Okay, let's get a little bit more info. Wow, 𝗵𝗁, you did like, so you have the lilies and tower. I think you can see that really clearly, but I'll show them to you. The lily for me really talks about time, maturity, can talk about sensuality, can talk about practices and ritual or habit. And the tower is also long-standing, long-term business, a higher perspective. So this strongly feels like there's two possibilities and or it's intertwined of it being people, romantic relationships, and your work environment or your income or how you generate money. It could be both or it's a split depending on who's watching. But it feels like regardless, it was something that you were doing for a long time or were at it for a long time. Like long time. Like these are both like really long-term, long time timing cards. So with this despair, again, this is something that you probably really enjoy doing and you're really good at or really disciplined in, and it's now created some sort of imprisonment within that environment, that work environment or that community environment, that relationship environment, within yourself environment. You have the flaming tree, book of life. Yeah. Okay, loves. So you have the lily, the leaves, the tower, the flaming tree, the book of life, and the bear. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, this beautiful flaming tree here is, I'm getting like phoenix rising. It's sort of like burning out to purify. So you sort of had to go through this death phase, this shadow phase, this burned out phase to purify yourself into this distant horizon, into this new venture, into this book of life, to find your high honor, which is turning the page in your own book. It is creating a new story. It is starting a new chapter. It's completing something also and starting something else. But this book is opened, so you have the information, the secrets, the know-how needed, the information, the intellect, the wisdom. And again, you're protecting that choice, that mama bear energy, that protective energy. And again, a long-term type of stability within those energies, long-term, long-term, long-term. So what you came from before I'm feeling here or seeing here that it's burnt away to some degree. You have already been, quote unquote, baptized into your new energy, your new frequency, your new journey, or your new set of work for your light work. And now focused on you. It's focused on honoring the choice that you have made and protecting that with integrity. Again, you are already in flight, my love, already in flight. And I feel like Spirit is just really, like, it feels not an easy track, let's say, like not an easy path, but it feels so like well deserved is what I feel. It feels hard won, and it feels, I don't know what the right word is. It's almost so relieved, like it's so relieving that it almost feels apathetic. Like you're like I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's an ambiguous kind of feeling, neither here nor there. I'm not really sure, but it's not bad. It's just okay. I don't know. It's very strange. I'm not explaining this very well, but there's this really interesting feeling of being so content with the choice you've made and the evolution and growth that you've seen that there's no doubting anything. You know, no doubting the past decisions. It's clear understanding. And then the mountain, yeah, setting out on a new journey, a new track. Like I said, a new spiritual quest too, and one that is always going to be filled with, you know, detours. And I feel like you're now more ready to explore these kind of detours because your structure, you've organized, you've upgraded, and you've recognized who your actual kin is or what that means to you moving forward. Wow, my beautiful collective of pile one, this was lovely for me to read for you about the light work you are continuing and completing, I should say, but it's really what you're completing, and what you're stepping into is one of self-discovery, self-achievement, high honor, choices made, new paths to explore, and very confident, very comfortable and content. I love that. I am sending you the most amount of love, my beautiful pal ones. Until next time, ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile twos who chose yes. We are starting off with your guidance cards. I'm going to read a passage from the book for you for this card in particular. Let's see what the light work that you're completing, pile two. Nice. You have number 8, Star Child. What I'm hearing is I'm here to reawaken and nurture the spirit. There's a feeling of having your hands in a lot of things or your attention in multiple areas. However, you can be extremely focused on multiple at a time, which is a very interesting feeling. And I'm hearing I'm just now beginning to understand my power. There's so much to explore. I'm getting excited. Okay, nice. Wow, they're very talkative for you guys both too. Let's see what the book says. Something very playful about this energy, like mischievous is a better word. The light of the star exists in you. The earth wants you to share the light with humanity. You are asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else, to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with Earth's beauty. She can and will support you in all ways. So, yes, you are supposed to be here. In other words, you are a star child. But again, I think that's why they're like, finally, you know, starting to understand your power. And maybe that's the finally starting to get, let's say, integrated into the feeling. Maybe there's still mixed emotions about it. Let's see what else we got. 12 of water, the counselor, which talks about wise advice, emotional intelligence, also discipline. It talks about mixed emotions too. And it says, are emotions preventing you from finding a resolution? There's that remembering in what they had written in the book. I think it said, listen, listen here. So it's a time to be a little bit more acute to what's happening around you. Yeah, there is a feeling of mixed emotions here for sure. And that might be specifically about, yes, you are supposed to be here. You are going to do wonderful, beautiful things. And I feel that's what the light work's completing is why it's like I'm finally beginning to understand my power, what I can do, how I can imprint, how I can impact, how I can help, how I can counsel. That's beautiful, 𝗪𝗪. And then you have the family tree. Interesting. Expansion and legacy. There you go. The feeling I'm getting for you guys is not like, I feel like they're giving it to me as in it's synonymous with, but it's not the explanation that would make that synonymous. What I'm about to say. It's like you're the diamond in the rough as opposed to the black sheep of the family. Like that's how they're making me feel. And I feel like now you've finally, let's say, worn down it enough, polished it enough to be able to start seeing your own gem shine. And I think that's this expansion and legacy has to do with what you do with it. In however way that you choose to expand and grow and imprint your legacy into this world. And what you want to change is also what I'm feeling. What you want to bring back up to the celestial plane. You know, there's this beautiful infinity of as above, so below, as within, so without. Yeah, there's uprooting and watering and nurturing and expanding and growing, and expansive love is also what I just heard. So my love, it feels like for you, the light work that you're completing has to do with you integrating into this body, you coming and stepping into your power, you having your hands in multiple things, your focus being extremely clear and concise. However, there is a sense of mixed emotions here, of needing to listen maybe a little bit more to what you need, maybe what others need, maybe what's been calling to you also. And again, the bringing up, have emotions been preventing you from finding a resolution to something? Interesting. Okay, so we're going to take some of these 𝗪𝗵 cards to get some more context into what they might be referring to when it comes to the expansion and legacy, and about the light work you're completing as this beautiful star child. Some of you guys might be living off-grid or want to live off-grid or live off the land, is what I'm hearing. Like I'm hearing like the healing is in the land. I don't know what that means for somebody. So you have mature man, bad health, main female, courthouse, and expectation. Okay, so the first overall energy, or what I'm hearing first, is like there's a takeover. Somebody's taking over. I don't know if that's like the lead in something, but that's just what I heard. Take it or leave it. Okay, so what I'm getting here with mature man and bad health in particular, again, just because specifically they're bringing me to the family tree, expansion, and legacy. It does feel like a patriarchal archetype in your household that was the leader or significant in some way for a very long time. They may be in bad health currently, or just aging, or not able to do as much as they once were, or able to handle the workload that they once were able to do. And I feel the main female here, regardless of gender or sex, is my viewer. That's what I feel like. Your energy is now again, there's something about you taking your power back or getting power, recognizing your own power. And I feel there's a possibility of some legalities here. Again, whether that be inheritance, wills, arrangements, that whole area of life when it comes to family and the legalities, there's some decision that is being put into your hands. I think that you're still waiting for the result of that in particular thing. And again, it does feel like an inheritance or a part of a legacy in some kind that you're waiting from. And it has to do with this patriarchal archetype that feels like father figure or grandfather. There might be also resistance from this male energy of not wanting to relinquish or let go of some of the power, possibly not accepting their own circumstance of where they are. And again, my lovely collective Pal2, you are coming in here to, again, rescue and help. Putting your hands in a lot of, like I said, maybe this is where it's coming in. Your hands are in a lot of places, but your focus is razor keen. Razor sharp, super keen. Yeah. Oh, there might be another contender. That might be it. Like, for example, if you have like a brother or other siblings, like that might be what some of this delay is. It feels like you might have a brother or a masculine or more masculine energy that might be like, so not in the shadows, but in the background, that might be creating some of this delay, and you're just waiting on information for the delay because of, wow, waiting on information, and that is the delay, hence the expectation. However, I do feel like this expectation for you is for you to know, like, to take over. Like I said, it's to take over. So there's just something that you're, again, are waiting for. There is definitely mixed emotions. I am not sure how this is playing out for you, Pal2, but there definitely is this feeling of can I, can't I? But you are very confident in your can. So there's something else. Maybe that's the contender, the third party in some regard, that is making this feel, I don't know, a little hesitant or iffy on your end. But you have, yes, you have that star child and all those channeled messages that came out for you. Interesting. Let's get some more, Pal2. So what I'm getting, because the rusted cross in this is a difficult destiny, a hardened path, but you're still spiritually guided. And the stork as brings in news, but it also talks about movement. Excuse me. It talks about newness. So I feel like this masculine energy that I'm feeling from the beginning, or where this patriarchal archetype, this leader energy is coming from, does not want to let go of it. In some way, they're not fully accepting of what's happening, and they're not ready either for newness, for a revamping of something, or to let go of it entirely, to, again, to pass the torch in some way. And I feel this fox energy is pretty awesome for the main female for you, because if I'm feeling this to be your main energy, my Pal2, you do have to be a little bit cunning. You have to sort of massage the edges, so to speak, guide and coax this energy, again, like this hand and focus. It's like you know what to be done and know how to handle this energy is what I feel, more so than it being like manipulative or cunning in a negative sense. It feels like you're manipulating the energy because there is some sort of delusion, and like I said, just not allowing oneself to accept the current circumstance or evolve with what's going on. Yeah, then you have the sun. Did I show you these? I don't remember. Well, the rusted cross. I did. I'm doing it again. The stork. The fox. And then you just came out with the sun and the key. Yeah, my lovely. I'm telling you, like, I don't feel like you're not like whatever. If even if you had a question, the answer is yes for you. And I feel like you're like, am I going to? Yes, you're going to. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for you, but there is a yes. But it feels positive to me. And again, the sun is shining on this decision, on whatever decision needs to be made. You will be given the keys to hand over. Like you are getting handed over something. I'm telling you, you are going to take the lead in some way for sure. You're going to. uh, Especially if it comes to, like, again, if we're talking about this expansion and legacy and creating whatever had already been established and expanding it to something even greater, I definitely feel that 100%. And it's also because of this sly, beautiful, cunning, smart energy, you know, stealthy and hardworking, diligent, resilient is really what I'm getting at here, my love. Yeah, the mice, details, details, details. So there might be, again, little complications, little delays, like I was feeling already, something that you're waiting for, expecting or waiting for the result, but expect it, like expect a yes, like you're going to, I'm sure of it. And then the main male. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's like other family members or other people involved that are here, but you are the person who's going to do the best with this role. Let me put it that way. You would do the best in this role, whatever that role is for you, Paltu. So the light work you are completing, my love, is this particular cycle, maybe of not being in the lead, of not feeling ready to take the lead. Now I feel like you're ready to. You have the skills or the necessary know-how, I should say, to make whatever this is thrive, expand, and create even more of a legacy for yourself. You will be that wise counsel, but you also need to seek wise counsel, seek advice, emotionally disciplined and balanced. And again, our emotions making it difficult to find a resolution, whether that be yours or the people's involved. So the light work you're completing, my lovely, it feels more so of, again, I can finally see my power. I know what I can do now, how I can help, what I can, this is that process for you. You're stepping out of the unknown in that territory, or not really fully prepared in whatever feeling that may be, to stepping into preparedness, confidence, and whatever it is that you're wanting to expand within your own legacy, my beautiful collective of pile 2. I hope these messages served you. I am sending you the most amount of love. I hope they resonated. Until next time, please keep honoring your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile 3 who chose the crown. We're going to find out what light work you're completing. We're starting off with these light work oracle guidance cards, and I will be reading a passage from the book for you. So let's find out. What are you completing, pile 3? 1111. Messages in the numbers. What I'm hearing for you, pile 3 in particular, is synchronicities and patterns. And also dementia. I think I'm pronouncing this incorrect, but I will write it down here. Might be a new thing for you, or what you're focusing in on. Numerology might be more of an emphasis right now, or you just might be seeing a lot of reoccurring numbers or particular number patterns. I'm also getting a sense of you tapping into like the mathematics, like the of the world, like the Fibonacci sequence. Interesting. Okay. Pile 3. Whoa. And I just got a third eye ping. Like, whoa. So you guys might be getting some crazy downloads in the third eye, crown chakra. Maybe feeling really like pressure headaches or sinus pressure headaches. Like that pinged my head like hard. Okay, the universe is speaking to you through numbers, from 1111 on your phone to the repeating number patterns that catch your eye. Information is being transmitted, from the creative universe, intelligence, into your cellular awareness. You may feel energetic healing as you receive these transmissions of number frequencies. So maybe that's what I just got. A ping of healing. Maybe that's what you're getting. Anyway, but the light work that you are completing, I feel, has to do with, again, like recognizing these particular events or feelings within now. It's almost, I want to describe it as in like new to the journey or new to believing in the things. I don't think that majority of the people who watch my channel are new to like spirituality, in all fairness. However, this does feel something similar to that. Like, all of a sudden understanding like you don't have tinnitus, like you're just getting these ringing in the ears, and it's a frequency and a downloaded upgrade, like believing in that now, and then recognizing these patterns of, you know, physical discomforts or changes and shifts in the body that you weren't privy to before, or just didn't pay attention to, or nubbed it off or shoved it off, excuse me, for whatever it is, just the human experience. You know, there's a strong feeling of that here, though. This is interesting. Okay. Then we have the Three of Water, which is joy, anticipation, disappointment. Have realistic expectations, though. Celebrate your victories. Let success flow freely. Let the outcomes come as they may. Let them unfold freely. So again, that joy and bliss, that understanding of, again, the ebbs and flow of life. Again, there's something about recognition of patterns, a recognition within oneself. Crowning glory is what I just heard. Crowning glory. I don't know if something or someone has awakened you to those sensations or given a label to the feelings and things that have been occurring to you. There is a feeling of you may be possibly creating an attachment to that in a way that you don't need to, or you shouldn't, I should say. Again, allow situations to unfold freely. Attachments and disappointments. Interesting. Recognize those patterns within. That was a side note. Okay, let's see. And oh, speaking of, look at that. Attachment, longing, and desperation. So there is something about that, my love. I'm not sure where that plays out for you, but there is something that you are now, again, completing when it comes to attachments or longing or desperation in some way. There is a better sense or a better feeling of trust within this energy that I'm getting right now. And again, it's interesting how both of these here, like this one looks cobwebby, pretty much pretty cobwebs, and this one is bound by ropes and fabric, you know, like cobwebs, ropes and fabric, but there's still some sort of restrictiveness. This one is at her mercy. This one feels like stepping into it on purpose. So I suppose that's for you to decipher on how that plays out for you, Pal 3. You know, about this joy and excitement, but again, disappointment and attachment. Celebrating your victories, but allowing things to play out. What are your attachments like, or how are you creating attachments? Where is the longing possibly coming from? Some of that desperation? Is it possible? And I think this is what you're, again, what you're finishing, what you're completing. Interesting. Let's get some context, Pal 3. Okay, this one came up first though. You have Journey. Courtship. I don't want to say it, but I'll okay, hold on. I'll just wait for more cards. Pal 2 got that same card in the middle. You have Message. Sorry, I didn't show you main female, did I? I was totally in a zone. And Thoughts. You know what I was going to say? It almost feels like, especially if you're new to some of the spirituality stuff, and what brings you in is the, let's say, the descriptions some people give when it comes to twin flame energy and the misconceptions about that twin flame energy. About if you bond, meaning like, are you going to be partnered up in this incarnation? Are you supposed to be? What ignites and lights you up that leads you into a journey? There's a feeling of this kind of like, with all due respect, a naivety with pure love and curiosity. Like there is just like, what is this? I am drawn to this and I need to follow it. You know, however, that following does lead you into beautiful discoveries and new things, but it's not quite how you might imagine the outcome to be, which is why I think this Three of Water is here. Allow situations to unfold freely. There's something very strong about that. So you have this journey, which is, again, this journey and this courtship. That's something that really was drawn, that you were drawn to, my pile 3. And it has allowed you, in some degree, an expansion in your spiritual evolution. Whether that be through them entirely, them introducing something to you, the feelings that you had that made you go into researching, what is this feeling? What is this about? But I'm telling you, there is like either a mutual feeling that happened and thoughts, or you felt a particular way and voiced it and are waiting or longing for them to, or it to come around in some way. This is very interesting. I don't know how we just got flipped onto that, but that is exactly what I'm feeling here for you, pile 3s. The light work energy that you're completing has something to do for sure with attachments, with longing, with love, with, I'm hearing self-worth acknowledgement. I didn't, the small victories in this particular matter didn't feel like wins. Or won't, depending on what that is. It feels like it didn't. But there's something, again, I feel like Spirit's just trying to say this is not a lost thing. Like this is something that needed to happen. It is the way that this was supposed to unfold for you to get to this place of this light work energy, for you to complete it. You had to go through it this way. So there, in other words, they're saying do not regret this path, regardless of how it unfolds, but allow it to unfold freely. You could have many thoughts. You can let them out. You can speak them out. You can write them out. And I'm sure that you have done all of the above. And or you might even be contemplating wanting to, I'm feeling like a completion, like send out something that sort of, for even for yourself, solidifies, you know, the start of something new, or the recognition that I can put this to rest or see this in a different way. Interesting. I hope I'm explaining this. Yeah, adjudication underneath the bottom of the deck, which is a decision has been made. And I feel like you have. I really do. I feel like you've made a decision or recognize this about yourself, how you might get in particular certain situations, or a particular situation made you step into an energy you're not familiar with yourself. You know, you're like, whoa, did I really do this? Again, I'm not feeling all bad at all, my friends, at all. There's just something, like I said, an awareness and a recognition of these sort of things within oneself that one does when you're so enamored and infatuated and enthralled with the brightest light you've seen, you know? Yeah. So you have the Man and Rusted Cross. So like I said, I am feeling this relationship is a very heavy emphasis for you, pile 3. And it has been difficult. I do feel like that. And I think that's part of the reason why this particular energy or thing that has drawn your attention was so magnetic. It was because it's been so long since you felt that kind of want for something. The House on the Hill. Oh my God, you got message and the letter right underneath each other. I'm telling you, things either haven't been spoken out loud or both of you want to say something to each other and have not sent it or are afraid to send it. It's all stuck in the freaking head. Wow, this is very interesting. Pile 3 and Isis. Damn. Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay, pile 3. What I really feel here is, again, everything I said applicable. You had to go through this journey as it was played out, as it is playing out. However, part of the reason that this is in misalignment right now and why we're looking for these numbers and these synchronicities is because for you, pile 3, there is an attachment, detachment, interdependency you need to learn and pay attention to what and how you attach and detach. What is actually pulling you in? What is drawing you in? Does it feel like a desperation? Are you not honoring all parts or facets of yourself in certain areas of this dynamic? That's a very good possibility for some. For your person or the thing involved, they have not reached a state of or sense of maturity yet. They're not at a level of understanding how to fully communicate what they truly feel. So it keeps them in their head or pulls them back. That's their lesson. And until they're ready, they have that rusted cross, that difficult journey, something that they desperately want but can't quite get a grasp on it. Wanting to feel safe and at home with you, pile 3. But again, this one's sent or on its way, so to speak, and this one is being sealed. So is it sent? Is it being sent? The pigeon, it's an old pigeon carrier. Is it going to get there? I'm not sure. Did it get lost in the mail? I'm not sure. But there's something that I feel has not been spoken. And Isis here is you, my love. It's the divine feminine in this particular deck. You're not Osiris here. You know, you're still the man. So, not you, the energy. And Isis is you, my energies, excuse me, my beautiful pile 3s. Your thoughts are clear. I think you know what you want, but I don't think you're going to be the one to make the move. And I think that's smart because I think that you have been doing a lot of the doing, how you attach to it. That's what you're learning to separate from that choice that you made. You made an understanding, excuse me, you have an understanding within yourself, therefore made a decision. I'm going to step into my feminine energy and allow this one to lead. But it's frustrating you. Wow, okay. So if it does not have to do with romantic relationships, obviously please take this in any sort of interpersonal dynamics that you have in your life that is, as I described, something that you really wanted, something that you wanted in part of your life, something was really beneficial to you, something that lit you up in some way. However, that other party is not somehow reciprocating in the way that would make you feel like a healthy dependence, you know? Interesting. Underneath this, yeah, girl and boy. Yeah, you want that new start. You want like that merger of feeling. Yeah, my friend, you really, really do. Yeah, you want this one to mature. That's what you're waiting for in some respect, but you don't need to, is what Spirit's saying. Let it unfold as it needs to. What you're completing is that what we talked about for you, your attachments, your detachment, allowing yourself to, you know, purge what you need to and recognize your emotional place in how, in and how you go into certain personal dynamics, relationships that are romantic, platonic, familial, business, however that might be. Wow, my beautiful collective of pile 3. This was very interesting. I was not expecting to go on that sort of twin flame journey type, but there is that feeling here for me in this energy. So my beautifuls, I hope this served you. I hope this resonated. I am sending you the most amount of love. Until next time, please keep watering your lives. Ciao.